Haven't yet figured out how to do a natural walk-on. Let me try it again. Was that it? Welcome to the September Tower update. That was totally natural entrance. That's how I enter every room. So, first thing, class is coming up in October because we're always trying to let you know the next month so that you can make plans. We do still have some classes coming up this month in case you were wondering. But October 8th, we are doing a one-day class, which we don't normally do, but it's with Steven Simple, who's one of the Wizard of Ads partners and a brilliant consultant and ad writer, all-around cool human being. Does happen to be Canadian. We won't hold that against him. But he's teaching a class called How to Market Professional Services. And essentially, the short version of it is, if what you offer or what you do is really complicated and more typically done for like a single person, like you're a lawyer, you're real estate, maybe you're B2B, maybe you're a medical professional, and you think, I don't know how to market myself because what I do is so complicated that I have to educate my customers all the time just to market myself. This is the class for you. We're going to teach you how to effectively engage, tell the story, and get around this hurdle of, sorry, I can't market myself. What I do is too complicated. That's a one-day class, October 8th. And then later on, let me check my date real quick. 15th, 16th. That's right. I was trying to remember the date. I was thinking of the 20s. October 15th and October 16th. We have one of the, what we consider to be core curriculum of Wizard Academy. If you have not taken this class, this is core curriculum. In order, we always say it goes Magical Worlds of Communication and then Portals and DaVinci and the 40 Answers. And we only do both of those one a year. So in October 15th and 16th, it's going to be DaVinci and the 40 Answers. This class, the shortest way to explain this one is, it is a business topography class or a problem-solving topography class. And what that means is problems have shapes in business. And there are only finite quantity of potential solutions to business problems, and it's 40. And we're going to teach you all of them. They're called lenses. We spend 2 days going through all of the problem-solving lenses and teach you the shape of problem-solving in business, whether it comes down to marketing or product development or brainstorming or you name it. And it's connected to DaVinci because Leonardo da Vinci and the whole creative part of that process. It's a great class, very practical, and high application. I think that's it for those upcoming classes. Just recap, we're still doing the fundraiser for the septic tank. That is plugging right along. That's still available on the website if you want to donate to that. But there's something interesting and new that I realized when we were talking about highlighting places on campus. I don't know that everyone has seen. So it's the new visitor center. Now, the backstory on this is, in the last, since 2010 or maybe a little earlier, there's been a building that as you pull onto campus, it's the first thing you see on the left. It's a beautiful awning that sort of building curves, and it's been given various names. It was the Welcome Center, it was Enchanted Emporium, it's been all kinds of things. That was Roy and Penny's building, for profit. That's also where you used to check in for weddings and check in for classes, but it was technically on the for-profit side of the property. It was owned by Roy and Penny, and they let Wizard Academy use it. And they paid for the staff, actually, to handle the weddings. When we sort of formally went through, let's start splitting apart the for-profit side and the non-profit side, one of the first things that initiated that at this time is that they were done using that building, and Roy and Penny decided to let Rex use it to grow Crowded Barrel Distillery. And so I think they're in the midst of turning it into a coffee shop, cocktail bar, cocktail lounge. And it's still under construction right now, but it's getting close to the finish line. But that means that we could no longer use it for Wizard Academy for chapel check-ins and things like that. We needed our own building. And so if you'll remember, we did a fundraiser a few years back, and we built a whole new building, and it's on the nonprofit side. It's off the same parking lot. It's beautiful. It's called the Goldcaster's Visitor Center. And I'm gonna shoot a little video of it and do a walkthrough with you so you can see it. And when we come back, I'm going to introduce you to Gordon Atkinson. Welcome back. That visitor center is amazing, isn't it? I put that ceiling in myself, actually. I didn't do any of the other things myself, but I did install that ceiling. But today I want to introduce you to Gordon Atkinson, the Tower Guard. Gordon?
Hey, man.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, I forgot to pour a drink. Would you like a drink?
Yes.
How about a little rum? Just nice.
Is it your recommendation of
Oh,
the
yeah.
rum? Okay, then all right. Because
Okay.
I'm typically not a rum guy, you know.
It'll be little glasses.
Okay.
This was a gift from Huicho Lopez, and here, I'll step you back over here. This was a gift from Huicho Lopez, who was here last week for class. Came in from Guatemala. This is oh man, I really can't get my finger on that. This is a Guatemalan rum called Zacapa. And it's super sweet, like sugar added kind of rum. Not like, anyway, it's real good.
I'm just, pour it, I'm going to drink it. Yeah.
Okay. I can't believe we're doing non-whiskey, but why not?
Okay.
Thank you, Huicho. All right, so cheers to you, sir. Welcome.
Thank you.
First, tell us who you are, what you do on campus.
Well, Gordon Atkinson, Tower Guard. And that means my main job is guarding the tower, which is a serious and real thing. So it's my job to make sure this place is locked up tight every night. I might have some, I march up and down. I do a little more than
Do you have armor?
I have a whip.
Full, oh, that counts.
Okay, but I don't can talk about that right now. As soon as the restraining order is off, I can open up. Okay?
That's fine,
Right.
yeah. And then during class, you do a crap ton of work.
Okay, yes, on class days, I'm the guy that does the food, and I take it personally. I go get the food and bring it and set it out. I want it to be beautiful. I want the dessert tables to have options. We care about diet, and so it's my job to make sure that the food is great.
Yes.
And I love that job.
Yeah,
Yes.
the food is always great.
Yes.
Yeah. Gordon lives on campus, so if you're here during class, then and need something in your email, Gordon is the phone number that you get to call if it's something that's like really key and you need right this second. How did you find Wizard Academy?
I wonder if even
pull in a little bit
I
here
wonder
on
if even you remember this for sure. Okay.
I think so, but I'm not gonna guess.
Well, I wrote something that ended up in a book that Daniel got, but in particular, this book was a huge financial and personal failure. It was remaindered. I bought all the copies and was mailing them to people who bought them, and I sent one to Daniel with a little note because I looked up his address on Google Earth.
And a piece of gum.
I was so excited someone had bought the book. I looked him up on Google Earth, wrote him to him, sent some gum in the pages, and we just became friends in that. And then I got the strangest email, or it had to have been email back then, that would I come and read this one essay at Magical Worlds. Never heard of Magical Worlds. I heard free. You can come for free.
Come for free, attend the
I
class.
heard Wizard Academy, Magical Worlds. I thought, hell yes. No way I'm saying no to that. So I showed up. I sat down, Magical Worlds. I had never been around these kind of business people. I was a pastor at the time. I loved the way the minds of the wizards work. I fell in love with this place, started coming to things, I don't know, after that.
Yeah.
I ended up working here years later.
What we forgot to tell you is that Gordon is also, first started coming onto campus and staying here as our artist in residence. You may remember that introduction from when we were doing tower updates ages ago. And he's still writing, and you can find that at landoflamancha.com. We'll put that in the description. Gordon is one of my favorite writers. I've told him this, he never believes me. He always thinks I'm just blowing smoke. I'm not blowing smoke. But yes, I knew it would make him super uncomfortable on camera.
No, I'm fine.
But I'm saying it anyway.
I'm honored.
So what's your favorite? You've wandered this campus.
Oh, yes.
You've wandered this campus in a way that most haven't.
Right.
What's your favorite spot?
Okay.
Right currently.
Okay, so if you, first of all, yes, I part of my duty is I wander around and make sure everything's okay on a little golf cart with my whip.
That's right.
All right, so if
Jousting.
when I first got here, I liked the valley, down in the valley below Dulcinea. It's not where anyone ever goes. And my favorite place on the campus when I first came was on the far northern border along that fence line, down the ridge. There's this little shelf of rock, and I sat on it. But it's lonely, and no one's going to ever go there, so forget that one. But later though, I became attracted to what I call the Western Wildlands. If you go down to the end of Gallagher Lane and just keep going past Engelbrecht, now you are going to go across a sun-blistered landscape.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
real Planet of the Apes out there. I can tell you there's at least one shrine with a bunch of bones on it that I don't know.
Okay.
But if you keep going, you'll run into Tommy's old mountain bike tracks.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get into this little forest, and it's not elvish, except after you went through the wasteland, it feels almost elvish. And by comparison, very shady, also kind of lonely. Right now, though, the best spot on campus is the Star Circle at midnight. Go up the Camino Dulcinea from the parking lot.
Yeah.
When you get to the chapel, you're going to have to endure all the lights that Daniel makes sure are shining all the time.
Yes.
Everywhere in La Mancha. So
Yes.
go past the chapel. And if you knew the guy on campus and could talk to him ahead of time, maybe he could get that hideous light turned off the pole and, and the lights off in Engelbrecht, just temporarily. And then past the chapel, you will find the Star Circle.
Oh, yeah.
There's a circle. In the middle of it, there's an aging juniper. She's dying, but at her base is her daughter. So you have this old trunk that bends and this new plant below, and they take the brunt of the sun. It's brutal up there.
It is brutal up there.
It's a nice circle, and right there, and here's the important part, is the only place on campus where you can see the Milky Way.
Oh, wow.
You can't have the moon. You've got to have darkness, but you can see it. I was there 3 nights ago and took a picture of it, and then looked at the picture in Photoshop. It's the Milky Way.
It's the Milky Way. All right, Rob. That's really good. I'm going to do that. I've never done that. I've been most of this campus in the dark and in daylight, but I've never specifically done that looking for the stars.
Okay. You got to trust me to turn the lights off. I know how to get them back on now.
Yeah.
We might have had a problem with this at one point. Yeah. I might have been censured.
Yeah. Not officially.
Admonished.
It didn't go in your employee file or anything.
It was an admonishment. It was fine.
Well, hopefully you'll get the chance to do that when you're here, and we will look forward to seeing you then. Cheers to you. And actually, I'm going to revive a thing that I used to always say at the Tower Updates. I can't remember if I did it in the last one, but it was, we will see you soon, and until then, may your crazy stay this side of legal.
Yes.
And may you return to us before we have time to miss you.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So on the subject of puttering, some things are puttering and some things are work. And I do the puttering. There's Gordon, just back from setting up chairs. He does actual work. He's not puttering.
That's right.
All right. Oh, thanks.